Hello and welcome back to SF Giants Recap, the last recap of the 2024 season. The Giants, they lost to the Cardinals, but today we're not really going to be talking about this game. Besides Trevor McDonald, who had his LMB debut, did really well, only allowed one base runner, no hits, 3 innings pitched. Great game for him. But overall, though, the Giants season, pretty embarrassing. 80 and 82. Didn't really show up a lot of the time. The offense was deathly quiet the whole year. We had some games where he showed up, but the offense was the main problem this year, in my opinion. The pitching, it wasn't good, obviously, but it was solid throughout the year with little hiccups. But overall, though, the pitching was one of our stronger suits, especially starting pitching, in my opinion. Bullpen was also very iffy, and bullpen management at that was very bad. We had Camille Duvall be our closer for way too long. We gave him way too many opportunities. Tyler Rogers never could start an inning with a guy on base. He can never really get back if he allowed someone on base. So stuff like that we didn't really learn from and didn't really improve on, and it hurt us a lot this year. And so hopefully we'll learn next year to be better at the bullpen management, have guys on short leashes if they need it, like Duvall, Rogers, Taylor Rogers, Eric Miller sometimes. Guys like that, they need to be on short leashes. They get 2 guys on, you're done. You have to be quick with that. It cannot be, oh, let's let him go one more batter or one more batter or one more batter, because it turns out bad. And we saw that with, I think, against the Mets the one time where that exact same script happened and the Giants gave up 3 runs to the Mets and lost that game. Just too many opportunities missed out with runners in scoring position this year. The offense, like I said, was bad, and it is mainly due to the lack of situational baseball. They've not grasped the concept of being good in situational baseball. Guy on third, less than 2 outs, get it in the air, get it to the outfield, get on the ground to the right side, something to score that run. I don't care if it's 6-0, get that run in. You don't have to go be the hero and get the home run. Get the runner in, especially in a close game. If it's 3-1, we're down by 2 right there. It's a 6 inning. Get that guy in, and we never really did that. And when we did, we won those games. The 80 wins that we had were usually because we eliminated those mistakes. They were almost non-existent. But in the 82 losses, that was 90% of the reason why we lost, was always the runners in scoring position, lack of situational awareness, not being able to use small ball, stuff like that really hurt this season. And hopefully the Giants can learn from that, from the management standpoint, but also the player standpoint. Ramos, in his interview today, he said that he's been working on like situational baseball and going the opposite field depending on the situation, getting singles if there's no one on, stuff like that. And that was really promising to hear, but I want to see results. So hopefully we do. And Ramos is one of those guys where he was better than the average player on the Giants. So we saw that from him and Chapman. Fitzgerald throughout the year. He kind of cooled off at the end. Hopefully he'll be back, but Fitzgerald did that when he was hot. We saw Wisely have a little bit of a streak where he was doing that. Everyone had bits and pieces show, but the full team could never really put it together, except for like 2 weeks ago or a week ago when we won 5 games in a row and beat the Orioles and won that series. Stuff like that, that's good to see, but you need a full season of just solid baseball. You win 2 games, maybe you lose one, but then you win the next 2. Maybe you lose 3 in a row, but then you're going to bounce back and win another 4 in a row. The Giants were so inconsistent that we would win 3 or 4 in a row, and then we'd lose 6 in a row. And then we win 1, but then go back to losing. It was so inconsistent that it was not sustainable for a full season to keep up the repetitiveness of trying to keep up. It was always trying to play catch up, and the Giants can never really do that. And really, the whole thing comes down to it is Farhan. He needs to be gone. I know his contract still has a year left, but it's bad. He set up this team in a way that didn't address a lot of problems, wasn't made for a long season, wasn't able to withstand injuries, didn't build up the farm system, had a lack of catching experience with Bailey, who I love Bailey, but his catching is not good. He drops the ball so many times. Your number one job as a catcher is to catch the ball. If you can't block, if you can't throw, that can be fixed. But you got to catch the ball, and he could not catch it. It would be like Tyler Rogers or Sean Jelly would have maybe a changeup on the outside corner, Logan Webb, and it just bounced right out. And it was so consistent that it became repetitive and annoying and something that was never fixed throughout the year. Things like that needed to be addressed in May at the latest, and they never were. And his catching was, he can throw guys out, he can hit. He had only like one or two slumps throughout the year, but he did that well. He can block pretty good, but the catching, your number one job is to catch the ball, and Bailey could not do it. So there were so many things like that with like the defense in the outfield. We had a lot of bad reads, bad routes to the ball. We were never able to kind of grasp that until it's too late. And then you bring more guys in from the minor leagues. Well, why aren't they on the same page as what the major league level is? Why are they not doing the same routes? Like Matos. Matos is a very athletic guy, can hit them with power, can run really fast, but his routes to the balls were terrible, and his outfielder IQ was not up to where it should be if you want to be a major league player. And that's why he was sent down so many times, was because his bat got quiet and then his fielding was not good. So you have to apply so many different things, and the Giants really didn't do that. So hopefully things are addressed for next year. Hopefully this offseason goes better than the past 2 or 3, and we'll see what happens. So thanks so much for your guys' support throughout the year. Sorry, this year was not very good with recaps. A lot going on, very busy, but hopefully next year will be better for my videos and the Giants. So I'll see you next time for a new SF at Giants Recap video.